Hello, hello, hello. I have a giraffe. Hello, hello, hello. And I also have a crocodile. Hello, 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 hello. We love each other and we love Nicola. Yes, and Nicola loves us. Yes, and Nicola loves herself. Yeah, she's the only person that taps on her shoulder and says, "Well done." well, well done. Nobody else taps on the shoulder and says, "You did well." Never ever happened. That's why we need to do this for ourselves, okay? We need to hold ourselves, hug ourselves, tap on the shoulder, and say, "You did well. You did the best you could. You tried hard. You really put your effort into it. And it's good, okay? And you're on your path. Okay? And that's what's important, that we do this for ourselves." And Dr. Kristen Neff is a Buddhist and a motivational speaker. I recommend people to look her up. She is the wife of Rupert Isaacson, who has written the book The Horse Boy. And she and Rupert and their son, I forgot the name of the son. Maybe I'll remember later. It's been a while since I read that book. Rowan is the son. Their son is Rowan. I think he may be 18 or something like this now. So, when he was a child, he was diagnosed with autism, and he wasn't learning to speak as the other kids in his age. So there was a speaking learning delay or lapse. I would not have even given that so much weight, was the speaking, but he also had some other problems, and they were very worried. So they are holistic people, and they took him on a journey in the Russian Mongolian tundra, and they rented horses and they rode for like a week or more to a Russian energy healer. They call them shamans. The Native Americans, they don't want other people to use that name, so that's why I use the name energy healer. So they went to this energy healer, and the energy healer looked at them. He came out of the woods, literally, and he looked at them, but disguised as a white goat. And he saw them, and he inspected them as a white goat, doing bilocation. And when you do bilocation and you go into meditative trance, you can manifest somewhere else. Yes, you can create something like little bit like Star Trek Enterprise. So it's possible. People have done it. There are very few people that are able to do it. I know I can do it. I know I have that in me. I haven't practiced it yet. I'm a little bit afraid, but I will do it if I have to. If I'm forced to protect someone, I will do it. And I'll scare the shit out of those people. So, anyway, the energy healer, he helped Rowan to heal from the autism, and he helped him to heal his mental illness and his trauma and all the pain. And you better believe it, trauma can be inherited. Okay, there is much talk about this lately among scientists, okay, in the field of epigenetics, and the originator of epigenetics is Dr. Barbara McClintock. I need to mention this because her name often falls under the table and under the radar, because we're still living among, there's still a lot of male scientists out there that just don't like it. Their egos just don't like it so much, that the originator, the original scientist who discovered the jumping genes is a woman. So that's why I have to say it, because I'm a feminist. Yes. I'm a feminist too. Me too. Yes. It was Barbara. Yes. You better believe it. She was very, very good at her work. Yes. And she didn't even care if someone acknowledged her work or not. She just said, whatever. Let me go back to my corn plants and doing research on my corn plants somewhere in the Midwest. Yes. And taking the genetic material, the DNA, into the lab and checking it and testing it, okay, and maybe breeding some of those corn plants in the lab, in the test tube, okay, so, and comparing them and seeing what's going on, okay, what's going on with the DNA, and if there are some jumping genes that just jump out of the molecule. No, the jumping genes, that's called the transcription factor, but read it for yourself, okay? So the outside environment does have an influence on which genes, and those are the jumping genes, which genes can be turned on or off, okay? So there's a massive biochemistry that is going on that is very adaptive to the environment. Not like, Lamarck, and here comes the giraffe in. Lamarck, who said, okay, a giraffe that doesn't need to eat high growing leaves will probably get a short neck. Yes, that's why I have a shorter neck. I don't need to look, my neck is shorter. I don't need such a long neck. I don't need to reach up there on those real high Christmas trees that are out there. No, I don't even eat that stuff. I don't eat that. I eat vegan ice cream that tastes a lot better. So I developed shorter neck. But no, that's not why I have a shorter neck. I have a shorter neck because I'm just a hand puppet. So, but anyway, that was Lamarck in the 1700s or something. And he thought that everything is adaptive, like even a long neck, or the neck will get shorter or longer according to the outside circumstances. No, that's not how it works. Okay. So, but the biochemistry, that is definitely very adaptive to the outside environment, to the outside chemical environment, to cold, hot, to chemistry, to elements, and possibly to energy vibrations as well. So, but they're just in the beginning to research this now, so they'll find out more, and it will go into the woo zone. They already put one foot into the woo zone. That doesn't mean it's like it can be discarded. No, woo is just, we don't know. Woo translates to we don't know yet. Okay, so eventually more and more Wu will be extended into the range of scientific discovery, okay? And then it will be accepted as real science. That's how it works. So anyway, the energy, I was just gonna say shaman, but I'm not allowed to say shaman because that word is reserved for the Native Americans, the same as Heyoka, which I am. I'm a Heyoka, but I'm not allowed to use that word. So I use the word Trusa clown. I'm a Trusa clown, and that's what a Heyoka is. A Heyoka is a Trusa clown. We are Heyoka, ta 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 ta, aha, aha, aha. But we are not allowed to use those words. So we have to say Trusa clown, Trusa clown. Yes, Trusa clown. The Trusa clown is hated by society. And Rowan Isaacson is a Trusa clown as well. Okay, so, and it's a wonderful thing to be a Trusa clown. Okay, all the medicine people in the tribal communities all around the world, those are all Trusa clowns. Those are all, what they call shamans, what they call Heyokas, the ones that, or witches, whatever word you want to use. I don't use, so I just say Trusa clown. It sounds a little bit more friendly, but, it's the same function. And I think that's wrong that the Native Americans say they don't want other people to use that terminology. I think that's, how can they monopolize a word? How can they say that word, I own that word, you can't have that word? I think that's wrong. I personally think that's wrong, absolutely wrong. But and that's why I think everyone should use any word. People use the word kindergarten. Okay, that comes from the German language. Should the Germans now say, no, you're not allowed to use the word kindergarten? That is our word. That belongs to our language. That would make the world pretty pissed. They would say, you fascist, racist assholes. So no, of course, they'll welcome anyone to use that word. Kindergarten, okay. The human species is kindergarten. Yes, they are. It's all kindergarten. Politics, it's a bunch of kindergarten. Yeah. So, but anyway, use whatever word you want to use. I just decided, okay, if they're making such a fuss about it, then I'm not going to use the word Heyoka or shaman. So I'm just going to use the word. And I'm not going to use the word witch either. It's just, I don't know. I'm not religious. So witch has this connotation of there are religious rituals that are attached to it. I don't do any religious, I do OCD rituals, but religious rituals I totally reject, and I don't want to do OCD rituals either, and those fade over into one another very, very easily. One wonders if there's even distinction. It's a distinction so far that the religious OCD rituals they belong to a religion, and the other OCD rituals belong to mental illness. But then again, religion is mental illness as well. So it's just, there are just some technical differences in where each one comes from, and that's the way it is with terminology in general. So, but yeah, I use the word Trusa clown, and that is much better. Okay, you guys take care. Bye bye. didn't stop.